Hi everyone. Thanks a lot for being with me, for trusting me, for learning from me. Thanks for the donations. It really means a lot. I ate some cake and drank some coffee that you treated me to, so thanks for that too. Now let's get to learning. Today, I'll show you the smoke effect on epoxy resin for volumetric fillings. Generally, you don't draw on it. Those who have worked with it know it's not made to draw on, it's made to pour volume. But this mold I have is very tall and voluminous. It needs to be filled with artistic resin. Several times over, as the resin will boil if you pour more than 0.8 or 1.2 centimeters. This all depends on the resin. I have now mixed 20 grams of epoxy resin for volumetric fillings and colored it with 15 drops of alcohol ink from Piñata. If we're doing a smoke effect, we only need to color it with white inks or dry powder, because if we add pigment, a completely different effect will result. Adding some sequins. I bought the sequins at a nail store, then we do the drip effect with alcohol ink as well. I have it from the Piñata company. I ordered them from the Rain Pro company. Use the Terum promo code for a 10% discount if needed. And this discount adds up to the discount that they already have. Here are my inks. Shake the ink well before work and drip it in. Slowly, I allow them to disperse around the entire perimeter of my mold throughout the entire resin fill. For this mold, I use 520 grams of resin. I poured half of it, even a bit lesser. I poured 260 grams, even more in fact, 260 grams. I spent 20 grams on white tint. I will keep the rest. I will save the leftovers of the resin. For the spread, I made blue ink in the middle. I duplicated again on the edging with purple ink. If you need a picture or the number of the ink, write it in the comments. I will send you a link, or I will send a picture of how the ink looks. Again, I will duplicate it in vivid blue color due to the fact that it says mold. Large, you can drip onto it several times. I have marabou ink that I bought in Turkey. I've never tried it before. I accidentally bought it. They have really cool ink with mother of pearl that has a shimmery radiant effect. Here's fuchsia. I'm dripping this ink into the middle. I'll have this purple blue. I make a spout like a duck, a cup and my white resin colored with ink, and pour it like a snail. I pour it slowly, slowly. You see, not at all. I didn't speed up this video. I'm working at my normal pace. I wanted you to see that is, I'm taking my time. I calmly pour everything. You can go into several layers of the snail in the center. I pour the rest of the transparent resin, the one that I have left. I add it to the top, to the volume, because the back wall must be completely closed. This would be the back wall of our watch. The resin starts to converge to the center. If you did everything right, if the temperature in the room is good, if there is no humidity, then your resin will converge towards the center. For volumetric fillings, it doesn't harden as quickly as we'd like. My mold stood for 2 days, maybe a little less, about a year and a half, and you can see it didn't fully harden. I just couldn't wait any longer. Had to take it out and see what happened. Had to show you, patience isn't my strong point. Look, you see the effect? Totally different, not like the liquid drawing resin. It's really bubbly, with a lot of striping. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't show how great it looks. All in all, guys, I recommend resin for volumetric fillings. First off, it has a really cool shine, doesn't scratch, and it has UV particles that prevent it from yellowing. If you have volumetric molds, go ahead, please use resin for volumetric fillings and show off your experiments.